Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a painting based on Paul Klee's painting called Castle and the Sun. And our finished painting is going to look something like this. Hey, so as always, Chico is here to help us. And you're going to start by writing your name. So we're going to do a series of rectangles kind of stacked on top of each other. And they're going to stack like little towers that combine. And if you want to break up different ones, turning them into triangles. I like to not use rulers because I think it looks cooler when lines aren't perfectly straight. Don't get too detailed because then it will take you a really long time to finish your piece. But just kind of have fun with building your world however you want it to look. And do a variety of different shapes. And I see a really cool pattern from his painting right here where he does these two triangles coming down like that. Just continue doing that on your picture. So one thing that makes this painting really distinct is the sun in the background. So if you want to find an area to do a large circle somewhere in your picture, have the sun be on there. When you're done kind of doing this in pencil and you have it all the way you want it to look, take a crayon or a colored pencil and outline your design. This is gonna help keep the watercolor separate when you're filling it in. Okay, so I've done most of the lines on here. Now, get my brush wet and take different colors of watercolor and start filling in these areas here. So you can see Chico is very helpful. You guys know my strategy of how when I'm done with the color, what I'll do is I'll pinch it and then I'll windshield wiper it like this, and then I'll dip it back in the water. Now that keeps your brush really nice and clean. So you can just kind of go around your picture and fill in with different colors, and you can mix colors. Like if you want to add two colors in here, you could do that. Maybe I want to add some dark green to that. So I could do that across the bottom and have the two colors kind of mixing together, and that's really fun. So here I've got kind of a darker base purple, and I wanted to show you how to make a lighter purple. Is you can take some of a color like this and then twirl your brush around and add this color over here on your lid, like that. Now what you're gonna do is take water and just let the water drop. Now you want your watercolor to be clean in order to do this. You're gonna take some water and add it. Now the more water you add, the lighter your color is going to become. So here I have this darker purple, and maybe up here I wanna add this much lighter purple. So experiment with adding a variety of different values of one color. So here we have the darker and the lighter. I'll demonstrate that one more time with maybe this green color here. So I could, in one section, do this kind of darker, more solid color green. And then I can take that same color right here and get my brush clean-ish. And now I can fill it with water and add water over here. And I'm creating a lighter value, a lighter color of green. And it's gonna look neat on my picture when I have a variety of different values. So this is gonna be a much lighter green that I do up here. Another thing you can try is you can try mixing colors. Maybe you wanna take two colors. So what I could do is make sure my brush is clean, and I can go and get some of this yellow, and I can start adding it into the side like that and changing that color just a little bit. It's really fun to mix like blues and greens too. You get some really cool colors. So now that I have as much yellow as I want in there, I can go ahead and kind of stir them up, and I'll try out, I'll see what new color I came up with. Ooh, that's pretty. Maybe I want to make that value even lighter. So what would I do? I would take some more water and just keep adding water. Now the more water I add, the lighter the value is going to become, the lighter my color is. So I'm going to take that lighter value now, and I'm going to paint that in another area of my painting. Okay, so you'll notice sometimes your colors blend into each other, and that actually looks really cool. So don't worry if that starts to happen a little bit. It's really kind of looks cool and fun. Once you have this all filled in, what you can do is choose a color. I recommend blue. In this picture, he did red in his picture. I like blue. So you want it to be kind of a light blue with some, you know, kind of watered down. Water it down too, because you want it to be a light enough color that it really makes the rest of your painting pop out and look really bright. Keep it really light. Add a lot of water to it. Keep it really light. So again, you can mix it in the lid of your tray. Chico wanted me to remind you that when you're done with your watercolor tray, it's really important to take some tissue or paper towel and clean it all out. So if I go like this, is that leaving it clean? No, that is not clean enough. You need to leave it like really clean. Really take your time to wipe out each one of those individual little sections. So notice your colors. Well, especially the yellow. The yellow very often gets other colors contaminating it. So notice if there's any color contamination going on, and if there is, just gently dab out whatever color. You might even need to add a little bit of water in there to kind of get whatever dirty color is in there. But please leave your watercolor tray really nice, okay? Another thing, when you're all done with your watercolor tray, please make sure that you carry it flat. Don't just pick it up, because all the colors will spill across and ruin the colors. So you have to carry it flat, or just leave it at your table when you're done with it. So we're gonna wait a week for this to dry. So once this is all dry, you can take a Sharpie and you can start drawing fun little details into your picture. So for example, I'm gonna do like a really tall door right here. Maybe I can put a window above the door, like that. Doorknob. And then over here, I could do like a circle window. And maybe here I want to add some shingles for a roof. So have fun adding some really cool details to your picture. Rectangle shingles like this. And I like to kind of make them different lengths like that. Gives them a little more personality. So there's a lot of really fun stuff. There's another window that I really like that's kind of long, flat. I'll do two of them right next to each other. Maybe there's like a flower box underneath them. And then line up that and a couple lines across. Details also did triangle windows, can be fun. Like that, with a little thing underneath them. Add whatever cool designs you can think of. And then one last thing I want to show you is if you do a circle window like this, you can do the half shutter, like half shutter like that, and you can do the little lines across, and then window panes. So again, you do like the oval with the flat bottom, and then the half oval, flat bottom, lines across for the shutters. Like that. So you can add steps by doing little rectangles, and you can make each rectangle a little bit smaller than the one before it, and it creates this look of steps, like that. You can outline the door frame if you want. Do some window on the door and doorknob. You can also add different styles of chimneys to your picture. So chimneys come in all different shapes and sizes. This is just one example. Curved chimney like this with maybe a little triangle top coming out of it.
Yes.
Okay, so now the super fun part, when we're all done adding the details to our houses with the Sharpies, we can go back and we can outline the parts of our house with glitter glue. Now be really careful not to get your hand in the glitter glue after you put it on there. will make a big mess on your paper. Or starting in one side, like I'm left-handed, so I'm starting on the right side and I'm gonna work my way down and across. And occasionally you'll get a bottle that, whoopsie, that comes out kind of all over the place, and or doesn't come out at all, and you can just kind of play around with that and see what works. This one didn't work quite as well, but I could always get a Q-tip and kind of clean that up. So you can kind of go at this like that. When you're all done, your picture is going to look something like this.